Okay, for our deconstruction project, we looked at an Xbox 360 controller and took it apart from the original playable condition on the Xbox 360 all the way down to individual components, back and front casts, circuit board, buttons, everything. So we first started by looking at the back side of the casting of the controller, and unfortunately Microsoft makes their own specific type of screwdriver to remove the screws on the actual casting, which allows them to be the sole candidate for making corrections to their controller, so nobody goes in and can manipulate their own controllers. So after we couldn't get in the original way with the particular screwdriver, we just decided to bend both sides back and get in it the old-fashioned way. Right here is the battery compartment that would go right in here, and that was sort of the main reason we had to break it off, is because there were a lot of screws making sure that this battery pack would not come off prematurely. So after we got that off, you can see the insides of it a little bit, we got down to the circuit board. And here we've got on the front side of the circuit board, we've got the original circuit board, and then we've got these two little these pegs here. And each one of these pegs serves as a holding area for these joysticks. Which allows the player to manually operate the controller, move the character left, right, center, down, and such. On the back side of this, we see a few more wires. You got the left and right bumper here, and you've got these things right here. And what these do is these control vibration in the back side of the controller. So under stresses of the game or whatever's going on, these will spin, creating vibration in the controller, which will signal the user that something's going on. Okay, so that concludes the circuit board. And lastly, we have this bottom little component right here, and this would be where a microphone would go in for talking between players on the consoles. So after that, we will go to the front casing. This is what the user actually looks at the majority of the time he's playing the game. And so we've got the two parts for the joysticks right here and right here. This area right here is where the famous Xbox logo goes in. We've got the start and the back buttons right here and right here. And of course, we've got the keypad that has A, B, X, and Y. And when this is fashioned on here, you can see that the joysticks go here. And here are the left and right triggers for the user to control. So let's talk a little bit about how exactly this controller works. So you've got this main frame right here, the circuit board. You've got the joysticks right here and right here. And here you have the circuiting for the buttons. So the way this works is when this is all ready to go, you've got something like this. Excuse me. Over these four little circles right here. This goes over here, and then you'll have A, B, X, and Y. And when the user pushes them down, it strikes this pad, which in turn strikes the circuit board, and the controller knows what you're doing. So on the top here of this of the circuit board, we have this little piece right here, and this allows for charging of the controller from the Xbox to the actual controller. If it's wireless, there are also wired variants where just by playing the game you're charging your controller, so there's no need to worry about losing battery. All right, so the front casing, you've got the original front casing with the keypad right here, and that works in a similar fashion to the keypad, you've got this same thing right here, and when these are pressed down, it strikes these, and the controller will know what you're doing. On the top of this, we've got the interface between the actual bumpers and the user. So right here is where this piece will go. So you've got the controller like this, when this is fastened, and you've got these right bumper, left bumper, and then right and left triggers. So that's how that works. And put it all together and you've got a controller capable of operating any game on the console flawlessly. 360 degrees of motion, everything. Thanks.